Hello guys, my name is Ralph Johnston and this is Ralph Johnston Photography. Today I would talk about how I got started on this YouTube channel. Pretty much what happened is I was invited to a union rally in Wentzville, Missouri. It's where the Chrysler plant was. They were they were upset because of the Chrysler plant shutting down. This was during the time of the bailout, and also a song came out by John Rich called Shutting Detroit Down. And anyways, so I went out there, took some photos and everything, and wanted my voice to be heard because I don't agree with the bailout and stuff like that, and I never did. But it's all said and done now. But anyways, so I went out there and took photos and put it in a slideshow, and it was called, I put Chrysler plant in St. Louis, and it was about the actual plant, how the other countries in the North America had gained more plants, where they shut down 8 of them in the United States, and it wasn't right. Well, who's to say what's right and what's wrong? To me it wasn't right, but because American cars, in my opinion, should be made in America and stuff like that. But anyways, I went and put this on YouTube and actually put John Rich Shutting Detroit Down music to it, and immediately I got a thing back from YouTube that angered me a bit more because of this whole thing, that I couldn't play that music. And I'm like, okay, well, I ain't gonna change it. So because of the suggestions that they wanted was, like Manson and stuff like that didn't fit the theme of it at all. So I just went ahead and left the music on there, and they didn't, play the music, but they showed the slideshow, and that was my first interaction with YouTube, and it wasn't a very positive one either. But then I went ahead, and a few years later, a bunch of people came up to me and was like, well, why don't you, teach lessons? You're good at photography and stuff like that. And I'm like, alright, well, what platform should I use? I mean, there's Vimeo out there, there's YouTube, and them were the main two at the time. And so I did both of them, actually. I did Vimeo and YouTube at the times, but I didn't have a lot of content that I could figure out that I could do. And so I'm like, all right, well, yeah. So I posted a video about, I think, extended nighttime photography was my next video that I did on there, and still not much had happened with it or nothing like that. And I'm like, well, I guess people don't want to hear me talk or whatever. But then earlier on throughout this, me doing my YouTube videos, I also got a sponsorship through Think Tank Photo, which they sent me a bag and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll talk about this bag. And it's a really bad video. I mean, it's super grainy. You don't see my face in it at all. It's just the bag, me turning it on a little TV tray even. But we did it. We had fun doing it, and that's when I really caught the bug of doing these videos and everything. And so, gradually I tried to go through this and everything to where I would do one a month. And I'm like, alright, I can find enough things to talk about for one a month and stuff like that. And I would miss a few months during the summer just because I happened to get busy with the Cardinals and stuff like that. And, because I was a full-time photographer, and I still am a full-time photographer. That is my only job I do. I do photography. And I work for the Cardinals, and last year I worked for the Rams and Blues also. But, this year I'm just going with the Cardinals for the simple reason that's what my company that I work with goes with. And so I'm like, well, people started asking, give me more, and they just wanted more info. Then I'm like, well, I don't know what to give you. So then I just started doing research on what people want to look at and stuff like that, and kept on furthering this and getting more stuff from Think Tank. And then Me Photo came along and started giving me stuff too, which I'm very thankful for Think Tank and Me Photo. And if you want to know anything about them, I'll put just their websites down below, and I'll give you coupon codes down below too. So anyways, back to the story at hand. So I kept on going and getting these stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I might be good at this, but I wasn't getting a lot of views. I still don't get a lot of views. And I really don't know why I don't get a lot of views, but one thing that did open my eyes a lot on this is that I did a tripod review of me photos, tripods, there's 3 of them that I did, and then my friend Catherine Bono did one. To date, she has over 11,000 views on her video, while I have 4,000. So I'm thinking it's, just has to do with physical appearance and agendas and stuff like that people have, because a lot of people would rather look at a woman than a male, and from what I've learned throughout photography. And anyways, I digress a bit. So let's get back to the story. And I kept on doing these, and I'm like, alright, I like doing these and everything, and I still kept on having that bug, but I would not figure out what I could do. So I would just go a few months without doing it, and then, alright, yeah, I'll do another one, and stuff like that. Well, then my friend Tim, that started doing these challenges, which I'll put a link down to his videos below also, who started doing these videos and everything too, which in the last 6 months, and all the way to current, which is right now in between Christmas and New Year's Eve on 2014. And so anyways, all the way until now, we've been, he's been cranking out a video 1 a week and everything, and he's rapidly catching up to me, which is fine, but he has so many more subscribers than I do, and that kind of tells me that, might not be doing the right thing that a lot of people like to watch, but that's fine, because I'm still teaching you guys on what to do, and on how to do it and stuff like that, and you guys will get plenty of information through all of the photographers there on YouTube. And a lot of the stuff that I may say people may not like or anything, so they can go somewhere else and watch it too. But a lot of the stuff that I do say, the people do like, and I get positive comments all the time about it. Anyways, that's a brief history on how I got started on YouTube and how it's gone to this current time. So anyways, this is Ralph Johnson saying peace out. Until next time.